Hey, is it too late to ride the high of a video that you made a few weeks ago, and then it ended up doing better than you anticipated, and then you just didn't really do anything for a few weeks after because you're either busy, tired, or lazy, or other weird circumstances that popped up? If not, um, welcome back. Today I'm gonna just do another rambling, unscripted, with some gameplay in the background of some game that I like to play. Today's topic is I just want to really just talk about how I feel like more people should be okay with eating at the table alone. You know, be it both metaphor and just non-metaphorical. I feel like too many people are scared to just have to go their own way, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna tell you you're weak for being scared to do that. That's this is we're social creatures. As much as people like to tell themselves that they're better off, not being social, they're in denial, and you can tell by all the clear signs of their mental decline, and just how they. And you can also just just notice how they're treating other people and what they have to say about themselves. And those are very much so like some of the most obvious signs of their mental state. But this isn't really gonna be one thing about that. This is just gonna be about how it's okay to just go your own way sometimes. Sometimes you just fall out of it with some friends, or you realize you're not as close as you used to. You just grew apart. Stuff happens. Maybe you became single again after being in a committed relationship for months, years, maybe even a decade. The scary thing. Um, One day, this person's these this person or these people are all there with you, and then you turn around one day and they're just slowly starting to walk away. And some people, they just they like, all right, well, hey, it was cool having you there. I'm just gonna go my way though. I gotta continue this way. But some people will halt, dig their heels in the just in the ground, and they start turning around, and it's like, no, no, don't really do that. um i I get it though. I grew up being a people pleaser. I grew up trying to keep people around because I have also grew up with people just leaving. And it stings when you're like not even in a new territory. You're just in familiar grounds, and now you just have no one. So you just have to sit at that lunch table by yourself, and you have other people just looking at you weird because you don't have anyone at that lunch table with you, and you're eating by yourself. What are you doing? And now you're thinking like, oh man, sitting here. Um, if I There's too much attention drawn on me. What if I eat this apple a little too loud? What if I look a little gross? What if I look kind of crazy to these people, and it's gonna be amped up because I'm by myself. I don't even have other people lined up with me to like take some collateral damage in case they look over and go like, "Oh, that guy's ugly," but look at the other people nearby too. They're also ugly or worse. Or hey, that guy's cute. His friend's kind of ugly, but hey, they got at least they're friends. But never force someone to stay. I feel like every day some people have to learn this lesson the hard way, and it's never easy. You try your best to keep people there. You try your best to do everything you can to cover all grounds and make sure they stay. But realistically, you can only do so much. Because life dictates where things go, or if they just don't want to be around you, and now you're trying. So now you're just following them to a new lunch table, and they're like, "Hey, who's that guy?" And it's like, I don't know. It's just some guy that keeps following me around. I tried to ditch him after math class, but he keeps following me. They're like, "Oh, that's sad." um, it's even worse. Well, actually, I won't say worse because that's subjective. But Another kind of hurt is just feeling the need to drag along something just to keep someone around. Like, yeah, I don't really feel the love and I used to, but I'd rather have someone in the bed than no one, you know? Even though they scoot to the other side of the bed and don't really look at me in the morning and stop saying I love you 3 months ago. It's better than no one, right? And the answer is no. It's really not. Like the minute you let go of that is when things. Sometimes you just gotta throw away soil. You know, you just been using that soil for so long, but it's just not doing it good for you anymore. And if I am butchering this analogy, because I'm not much of a farmer, you have all rights to tell me I'm wrong. I won't take any offense, unless you say something crazy like die, or you know. But sometimes you gotta throw out that soil, make room for new soil, and sure, the crops will. Well, not crops. I don't think they'll notice it. But yeah, this is hard. You can make room for new soil, and sure, to you it'll be different because you know you had that soil for so long. You know, it's all you know, familiar grounds. You know, it's like you grew up with this soil, you had it, you kept it, maintained it, and now you gotta get rid of it to get a new one. And new feels weird. New feels kind of feels naked. It's like you're just new territory and you just have no clothes and you're just vulnerable, you know? And it's okay to be vulnerable. And I know a lot of people say it's okay to be vulnerable and then some people are like, yeah, okay. And they try to shield themselves. But honestly, I feel like it's stronger to just allow yourself to be vulnerable because when you're vulnerable, you know, hey, you get the opportunity to grow. Now, there are times where you can get vulnerable and you get hurt, but I, as much as it is painful to say, especially for people that allowed themselves to be vulnerable and got hurt, it is okay to continue to be vulnerable. It's okay. If you want to stop being vulnerable for a bit to heal after the hurt, like you lay down your shield and you know random hollow and Dark Souls just stab you in the back as soon as you thought you were safe. That's okay, you know. But sometimes you can take off the armor and you get a little buddy that just shows up and you're like, hey, you get a new adventure. Things are great, but that only comes with being okay with just being alone at the table first. Let's go back to the table. Let's say you're just having lunch by yourself. You know, at first lonesome, it's weird, it's awkward. Then you get comfortable with it, and then someone looks at you and be like, "Hey, man, I see you here every day. Cool lunchbox. I like Sonic 2. I think Sonic Adventure 2 might be my favorite, but that's besides the point. How are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, hey, wait, you're talking to me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then you start talking about Sonic for a bit. Then you see him the next day. See him next week, next month, and hey, before you know it, you're inviting him to Thanksgiving dinner, spending Halloween at his house, doing a Halloween party with his friends, meet new friends, or you guys meet new friends together. It's that easy sometimes, but it's also not that easy. Like there are people that's like, oh, I struggle to make friends, and not a lot of people are gonna like what I have to say next. But honestly, it's time to take a break from social media, bro. Like, and I know everyone says like, oh, social media bad. I feel like there's good and bad with social media, but like if you are genuinely struggling with friends and your socialization skills are lacking right now, it is time for you to well, not put the phone down, but it's time for you to just put the social media down for a bit. Take a break. Go to the park. Go to the club. You don't like the club? Go to the library. You know, go to a local event that you hear are happening. Don't have local events? Try going to a diner. Just try to put yourself in as many places as possible because that is what gets you the chance to find new people. And Not saying every encounter guarantees a friend, relationship, or whatever you're looking for, but putting yourself out there more, and it really sets the range. More possibility. I see a lot of people that are online a lot. Online, not even a lot, like a little too much, like just chronically online. And right now it's a joke. It's like, you're chronically online, but like, I think it's really time that we like had a conversation with some of these people that are just chronically online, because like, it's, and for some people that are just chronically online because they are in a situation where they feel like they have no hope and everything is just bad and they just want to escape and navigate. This isn't really for you. Do not feel like I'm do not feel like I'm trying to tell you to get out of your comfort bubble to do something that weren't really work. I'm mostly just talking about the people that are like in not in extreme points in their life, just want to get new people in their life but don't know how. But I feel like this video's kind of dragged on long enough. So overall, sit at that table by yourself. Just be there alone. Sometimes some people start off your friends and they just end up being really flaky with you, start hating you. It's because things are starting to look different for you. Stuff happens. But never be afraid to try something new. For example, I go whenever I go to a new restaurant, I just try a random thing on there. I'm easier said than done for some people because I'm not really allergic to anything, so I can do that. But obviously, tread caution. But overall, um, yeah, try something new, man. Um, I see man a lot, but it's uh, I, man, but gender ambiguously. Let's say that. Um, if anyone's watched this far, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and if you're not, I hope things start looking up better. I will be trying to continue making these videos for fun, just a little outlet. Even if no one watches it, it's something like a little virtual journal. But yeah. See you when I see you.